Imagine eating something you believe is healthy, something natural, something people call a superfood. But silently, it's damaging your brain, your liver, or even increasing your risk of cancer. Today, we're exposing the shocking truth about certain nuts that look harmless but can be dangerous if eaten the wrong way or in the wrong amount. And just as importantly, we'll reveal the powerful nuts your body actually needs every single day for energy, heart health, and longevity. Nuts have been eaten by humans for thousands of years. They're packed with healthy fats, minerals, and antioxidants. But here's what most people don't realize. Not all nuts are safe, and some can become toxic under specific conditions. The problem isn't that people eat nuts, it's that they eat them blindly, without understanding how they affect the body. Let's start with one of the most controversial nuts in the world. Bitter almonds look almost identical to sweet almonds. Same shape, same size, same color. But inside, the chemistry is completely different. Bitter almonds naturally contain a compound called amygdalin. When this compound is broken down in the body, it releases cyanide. Yes, the same poison. Even a small amount of raw bitter almonds can cause dizziness, breathing problems, vomiting, and in extreme cases, death. This is why bitter almonds are banned or strictly regulated in many countries. Sweet almonds, the ones sold in stores, are safe, but bitter almonds, never eat them raw, ever. Now let's talk about something even more shocking. Raw cashews are not actually safe to eat. In fact, true raw cashews are toxic. They contain a chemical called urushiol, the same substance found in poison ivy. Urushiol can cause severe skin irritation, burning sensations in the mouth, and digestive distress. That's why every cashew you see in the market, even the ones labeled raw, has been heat treated to remove this toxin. Eating improperly processed cashews can seriously harm your gut and immune system. Next is a nut that many people consume without a second thought: peanuts. Technically, peanuts are not nuts, they're legumes. But the real danger isn't the classification. The danger is mold. Peanuts are highly vulnerable to aflatoxins, toxic compounds produced by certain molds. These aflatoxins are among the most powerful natural carcinogens ever studied. Long-term exposure has been linked to liver damage and liver cancer. Poor storage, heat, and humidity dramatically increase this risk. This doesn't mean you must avoid peanuts forever, but it does mean low-quality peanut products, old peanuts, and poorly stored peanut butter can be a hidden health hazard. Another nut people often misunderstand is the Brazil nut. Brazil nuts are extremely rich in selenium, a mineral essential for thyroid function, immunity, and antioxidant defense. But here's the danger. Too much selenium is toxic. Just 2 to 4 Brazil nuts can already meet or exceed your daily selenium requirement. Regularly eating large amounts can lead to selenium poisoning, causing hair loss, brittle nails, fatigue, nerve damage, and digestive issues. Brazil nuts are powerful, but they must be eaten with respect and moderation. Now, let's pause for a moment. You might be thinking, are all nuts dangerous? Absolutely not. The problem is not nuts themselves. The problem is ignorance, overconsumption, and poor quality. When chosen wisely, certain nuts can become some of the most powerful daily medicines for your body. Now, let's shift now to the nuts you should be eating regularly. First on the list, walnuts. Walnuts are one of the best plant-based sources of omega-3 fatty acids. These fats are essential for brain health, memory, and reducing inflammation. Studies show that regular walnut consumption supports heart health, lowers bad cholesterol, and may even reduce the risk of neurodegenerative diseases. Walnuts also contain polyphenols that feed your gut bacteria, improving digestion and immunity. A small handful a day is enough to make a real difference. Then we have almonds, sweet almonds. Sweet almonds are rich in vitamin E, magnesium, and healthy monounsaturated fats. Vitamin E is a powerful antioxidant that protects your cells from aging and oxidative stress. Magnesium supports muscle function, sleep quality, and blood sugar control. Almonds are especially beneficial for people dealing with insulin resistance or type 2 diabetes. Soaking almonds overnight can further improve digestion and nutrient absorption. Next are pistachios. Pistachios are unique because they contain lutein and zeaxanthin, antioxidants that protect your eyes and support vision. They're also high in protein compared to many other nuts, making them excellent for satiety and muscle health. Pistachios support heart health, help regulate blood sugar, and even contribute to healthier skin due to their vitamin B6 content. But even healthy nuts can turn harmful if eaten the wrong way. Roasting nuts at extremely high temperatures damages their healthy fats and creates oxidized oils that promote inflammation. Excessive salting strains the kidneys and raises blood pressure. Sugar-coated and flavored nuts cancel out most of their benefits. The healthiest way to eat nuts is raw, lightly roasted at low heat, unsalted, and in controlled portions. Here's the golden rule. Nuts are powerful, not heartless snacks, the concentrated foods. A small amount nourishes, overwhelms the body. In the next part, we'll expose more hidden dangers, including which nut can interfere with mineral absorption, which nut is best for the heart, and exactly how many nuts you should eat daily for maximum benefit without risk. Now let's go deeper, because there's another side of nuts that almost nobody talks about: how they interact with minerals inside your body. Some nuts contain natural compounds called phytates. Phytates can bind to minerals like iron, zinc, and calcium, making them harder for your body to absorb. This doesn't mean these nuts are bad, but it does mean eating them in very large amounts, especially on an empty stomach, can slowly contribute to mineral deficiencies over time. This is particularly important for people who already struggle with low iron or weak bones. Cashews and almonds, for example, are healthy, but when eaten excessively and daily without balance, they can reduce zinc absorption. This is one reason traditional cultures often soaked or lightly fermented nuts before eating them. Soaking reduces phytates and makes nutrients more available to your body. It's an ancient practice backed by modern nutrition science. Now let's talk about a nut many people believe is heart healthy but misuse badly: macadamia nuts. Macadamia nuts are rich in monounsaturated fats, the same type found in olive oil. These fats support heart health, reduce inflammation, and improve cholesterol levels. However, macadamia nuts are extremely calorie-dense. Eating them mindlessly can quickly lead to weight gain. Even healthy fats become a problem when energy intake exceeds what your body needs. The benefit comes from quality, not quantity. Next is a nut that sparks confusion all over the internet: chestnuts. Chestnuts are very different from most nuts. They're low in fat and high in carbohydrates. This makes them easier to digest, but also means they raise blood sugar more than other nuts. For people with diabetes, large portions can cause glucose spikes. But for people with digestive issues or those needing gentle energy, chestnuts can actually be beneficial. Again, context matters. Now let's address one of the most dangerous habits involving nuts: mixing nuts with ultra-processed foods. When nuts are combined with sugar, refined oils, chocolate coatings, or artificial flavors, they stop being health foods. Sugary nut bars, honey-roasted nuts, and flavored nut mixes overload your body with insulin spikes and inflammation. The healthy fats in nuts become unstable when combined with high sugar and poor quality oils. What looks like a healthy snack becomes a metabolic trap. So, what is the safest daily approach? The answer is simple: a small variety, a controlled portion, high-quality sourcing. For most people, a daily mix of walnuts, almonds, and pistachios works beautifully. About one small handful total, not one handful of each. This provides omega-3s, antioxidants, minerals, and fiber without overwhelming your digestive system or calorie balance. Now let's talk about timing, something almost never discussed. Eating nuts late at night can slow digestion and interfere with sleep, especially for people with sensitive stomachs. Nuts are dense and require strong digestive enzymes. The best time to eat nuts is earlier in the day or as part of a balanced meal. When eaten alone at night, they can cause bloating, heaviness, and disrupted rest. Another overlooked issue is rancidity. Nuts contain delicate fats that oxidize when exposed to heat, light, and air. Old nuts don't always smell bad, but they can still be oxidized. Eating rancid nuts increases oxidative stress in the body, damaging cells instead of protecting them. Always store nuts in airtight containers away from heat and preferably in the refrigerator if you buy them in bulk. Now, let's answer a critical question. Which nut is the best for the heart? Walnuts stand at the top due to their omega-3 content. Regular consumption is linked to improved blood vessel function, lower inflammation, and reduced risk of heart disease. Almonds follow closely, especially for cholesterol control. Pistachios add blood sugar balance and vascular support. But remember, no single nut can compensate for a poor diet. Nuts support health, they don't replace real food. In the final part, we'll reveal the exact daily nut limit for safety, which nut supports brain function the most, which nut is best for weight control, and how to eat nuts correctly so they work like medicine, not poison. Now let's bring everything together and make this practical, because knowledge only helps when you can actually use it in daily life. One of the most common questions people ask is how many nuts should I eat in a day? The safest, most effective answer for most adults is about 20 to 30 grams per day. That's roughly one small closed handful. Not a bowl, not multiple refills, just one controlled portion. This amount gives your body healthy fats, fiber, and antioxidants without overloading calories, omega-6 fats, or anti-nutrients. Now let's talk about brain health. If your goal is memory, focus, and long-term brain protection, walnuts are the clear winner. Their omega-3 fatty acids support neuron structure and reduce inflammation in the brain. Research suggests regular walnut consumption is linked to better cognitive performance and slower age-related decline. That's why walnuts are often called brain food, not as a myth, but as biology. For weight control, pistachios are surprisingly powerful. They're lower in calories than many nuts, higher in protein, and they take longer to eat because you have to shell them. This slows down eating, increases satisfaction, and reduces overeating. Studies show people who snack on pistachios often consume fewer total calories overall. For heart and metabolic health, almonds play a major role. They help stabilize blood sugar, reduce LDL cholesterol, and improve